packed with all the riding and flying in Agárdi. But the truth is, I haven't even scratched the surface yet. Join me as the Hungarian countryside continue to unveil its unique character with its natural gifts and man-made wonders. All in between my flying adventures in a hot air balloon festival organized by my friends. My friends here in Hungary often talk about the fun times we spent flying in the Philippines. This time around, they play hosts and let me experience the joy of flying in their country. Here, in the town of Székesfehérvár, is where my adventure begins as the 19th Lake Velence Hot Air Balloon Festival kicks off with my friends leading the festivities.
1783-ban nagyjából ilyen táj.
Do you know, you will be very lucky if you touch the lady noise.
So it's important that I touch, and I hope to be lucky, huh? For the rest of my life. I touch a very long time, so I'll be lucky for the longest time.
Well, I didn't have to push my luck that far just yet. Because the morning after is when we would need it for good weather for flying.
We're up bright and early. It's a nice day to fly here in Székesfehérvár, and I get a chance to go with my friends in the Sky Team balloon.
But before all that, the usual preparations are in order.
They're all the big ones, so they have the muscles. I'm the skinny one. So we're flying a German balloon. This balloon has been in the Philippines and they have visited me once.
Coming along with it was my dear friend Brúnó, one of the pioneers of the balloon festival here in Hungary.
How many years have you had the fiesta?
20.
20 years already. So almost the same time as I had it in the Philippines, huh?
I was in the Philippines.
I know. Did you have fun?
Very, very, very fun.
Just like I'm having fun here.
Yes, I hope.
We've closed the crown. We'll start burning and put in some hot air in this balloon before we take off. We're just airborne. Some went ahead of us. It's great because we're going to fly by over the town. It's a really nice, clear day. I can see the cornfields.
And right below was a spot that caught my eye. The historical city of Székesfehérvár. Entranced by how it looks from above, I now head down to experience it from the ground.
Our town was founded by Grand Duke Géza. He was the first owner of the city.
Built on the hills of a swampy plain between Budapest and Lake Balaton, this town was chosen as a vantage point for defense by Prince Géza. He was succeeded by his son King Stephen I, who turned the town into the country's seat of power. The city flourished during the 15th century under King Matthias. Strolling its streets, I was drawn to the way its architecture reflected the warmth of the sun.
Why yellow? I see a lot of the buildings walls are yellow.
It's Baroque style.
Baroque style is characterized by vibrant colors, complex shapes, and rich ornaments, used as statements of wealth and power, making up the beauty that Czechoslovakia is today. A fine example of this is the St. Stephen's Cathedral. It has a distinctly bent cross, similar to the cross of the Sacred Crown of Our Lady. The cross became crooked because of the lid of the iron chest it is stored in. It has been left in this slanted position since and became the crown's trademark. Over 43 kings were crowned in this town, and for them to be legitimate rulers, they had to be crowned by the Sacred Crown of Our Lady. It's nice to imagine that kings and queens once walked here during the olden times. In contrast to these beautiful buildings is a concrete-made castle hidden in the neighborhood of Mary Valley.
This castle was made by sculptor and artist Jenő Bory. It took him 36 years to finish, and he built it in memory of his wife. There's a saying that if you walk with your wife across this bridge and the sword does not fall, that means you'll stay together forever. Should I walk by myself, or should I walk on the left or on the right? It didn't fall on me.
The castle is a mix of various styles. Over the years, additions were gradually made without a strict concept in mind. It houses 7 towers, 30 token rooms, studios and halls decked with sculptures and paintings of famous artists. A symbol of love, the Bory Castle remains to be an unusual gem in the city, and I'm amazed at how his devotion for his craft and his family has stood the test of time. When we come back, the next day, spectators started filling up the park of Agárdi to catch the air show and enjoy the activities. From families to pets, to the police and military, aviation seemed to have brought the whole community together. Everyone played his part in making this festival a great experience. Hovering over the field was a helicopter throwing candies. As the aircraft landed, I went over to take a good look. And it's Lali again. He's here to be a part of the festival and showcase the Alouette.
But this is the latest model and it's installed. This is the 318C. We use the average the commercial flying and for the agro flight and lot of kind of flight, load lift.
You do load lift. It's very powerful aircraft, huh?
Wow, I like your registration. Happy flying, huh?
Yes.
All the time.
Absolutely.
Oh, very nice and clean aircraft. With a powerful engine, it is an aircraft of choice for military operations like search and rescue. This one flies an average of 400 hours a year. Aside from its obvious use of transporting passengers, the Alouette is also popular for crop spraying. Lali got me on board with one of his pilots. I thought this was just a simple tour of the area, but as we headed back, he requested to have controls. He made a low pass through the lake, with the tip of the plants almost touching our skids. content, he looked for a nice spot to demonstrate the actual spraying pattern. A steep climb with almost a stall before a steep bank saves him time as he makes a swift turn to make it back to the target area that needs spray. I was getting worried about the steep banks, but that's how crop spraying is done. As the fun-filled day progressed, my stomach was growling, and I was craving for a certain food that Hungary is known for. Tony's son Zolt and his best friend Balazs are going to tell me more about them.
So guys, is it the famous Hungarian sausage?
Yeah.
Yes.
What makes it famous? Everybody talk about Hungarian sausage. What makes it different?
It contains a special Hungarian homemade pepper.
We have two types of sausages. This one is the cooked, and you can eat in a cold type
But you guys eat this breakfast, lunch, snack,
all the time.
all the time. You have
Yes.
I try first a small one.
Really good.
A loaf of bread.
So bread should be this way, not a hot dog bun.
Better than a hot dog.
It's definitely better than a hot dog.
It's very good for a garden party at home.
But is this healthy?
Yes.
Not
A little bit healthy. A little bit healthy.
A little bit fatty.
bit healthy.
A little bit healthy.
Healthy or not, that was a good meal to cap off the day. But the boys still felt this won't be complete without a little buzz. If you think it's beer, it isn't.
From the classic French wine to the famous Belgian beer, what fun could a European trip be without a little bit of alcohol?
Here, in Agard's award-winning distillery, is where I would learn about a drink that has been a staple part in any Hungarian gathering, the palinka. The palinka is made from fruits like apricot, native only to the Carpathian Basin. It is drank as a tasteful way to start or end a meal.
Tibor.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Joy, may I introduce to you my friend?
Hi,
He's the
My name is
owner of
Tibor.
this-
The owner Tibor shows us how it's made. Carefully collected fruits are mashed for the process of fermentation. They are then placed into this machine to collect the fruit's alcohol while keeping its flavors through the boiling process. The alcohol is transferred to barrels where it is stored for conditioning and maturation over a period of 3 months or so, creating a potent drink that, even at its lowest alcohol percentage, is still too much for me.
Joy, please taste this fantastic Agárdi Pálinkafözde.
Very strong.
No, only 51%.
Only 51. Oh my God. Are we still able to eat?
Yes.
Okay.
But they say it's good for digestion, so I guess it has its benefits. The next morning, I'm greeted by another shot of palinka as I visit a horse ranch and get a chance to ride again. That's up next. From the farm to the battlefield, horses are a symbol of strength and greatness. The Hungarian horse culture continues to this day. And Peter's friend in Sarborgard has dedicated his ranch not only for keeping them, but also for training horses and the riders.
When did you think you liked horses? When you were still young?
I was living in a building in Budapest.
Yes.
And on the other side of the road there was a big garden and there were horses. So it was in the early 50s,
Yeah.
and there were a lot of people who moved with horses, who made the transport with horses in Budapest.
Yeah.
And I saw there the horses.
Every day.
And every day, I would like to go there, and I was too smart. And then I decided, okay, I would like to work with horses.
Seeing these horses made me want to jump into the saddle right away.
So this horse is 75% the German jumping horse. They're quite popular over here. I've heard that he has taught several students every year.
His horses take part in leisure riding and in racing arenas. For Gabor, his secret to keeping young at heart is to train them for competitions. He really gets creative with some exercise tools he has in the ranch. For instance, he assembled this cart as an alternative form of exercise to train the horse's legs.
This is the only one with bag wheels. I can't imagine why Gabor thought of this. Really a showpiece, huh?
Yeah. Mostly for the show and also for the training, because this is a heavy car. Moving slowly. This is also for the legs, for making more power for the horses. Not run fast, because this is a little bit dangerous for the legs, only just walk. It's nice, good wheels.
Yes.
Another interesting tool is the thread mill that he designed himself.
And how long do you let them do this?
You can walk them maximum 30 minutes, the minimum is 10. This shows us how bad so-called is the water. If they are drinking in it, there is no any problem. So they don't like the water, so they increase the length.
With the push of a few buttons and some sounds of encouragement, the stallion sets to work. Making the horse trot in the water instead of the ground makes him double the pressure he exerts on his legs. This conditions and strengthens his legs for better performance. It's also a good alternate exercise for the horse that's not being ridden. After a few minutes of drills, even a strong breed gets tired. If humans had a way of scratching their backs, this was theirs. Gabor's love for horses extends beyond racing
There is
them.
the carrot.
For him, sharing the joy of being with these animals is what his life's work is all about. The next morning, the ballooning team was up early to prepare for another flight.
It's a nice flying day again this morning. It's cold, but the weather is excellent for flying. The objective is try to cross over or just be very close to the Lake Velence. So we're flying with a different team this morning. It's going to be Roland here and Lassi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Some heavy lifting in the mud on a freezing morning like this may not seem like a good start, but that's not going to stop us. Moments later,
Totally different from where we took off yesterday. Very nice field. I can see the lake already from here, but I'm not sure if the wind's going to take us there. It's always so nice to see all these balloons flying at the same time, huh? This is the magic of aviation. Look at this fantastic view. I mean, the contrast of the color into the cornfield. This is something very hard to get from anywhere else in the world.
We're all flying very low, getting the right wind towards the direction that we want. As Lassi would have said, we like to take showers in the toilet and not in the lake. The target is further down on our left, but the wind has taken us to the right. What can we do? This is ballooning, huh? We're landing in between sunflower and apple trees. That's not bad at all.
The wind may have taken us to a different direction, but landing on the spot with this view was a great way to end our last day of ballooning. Not far from where we flew over is where my hard-working organizer friends and I will be making a restful stop. Thermal baths can be found in abundance all over Hungary. Dating back to the Roman times, its good geographical location gives it access to thermal waters, making spas a staple in Hungarian culture.
So do you come often?
Yes.
And everybody just hangs out here during summer.
Yes, a lot of people, not only summer.
Or even winter. That is a very nice view, huh? Just by Lake Velence. So people can swim here also?
Yes, 21.
21. But that 21 is cool.
For you.
For me.
Not so. No.
I go.
Hi everybody. Yeah. Do you want to try it?
Not so cold?
No.
Sure, why not?
Hey, you
Let's
guys.
go.
Known as the third largest lake in Hungary, the water in Lake Velence is said to be rich in sodium and magnesium, minerals that help recharge our exhausted cells.
It's still cold.
After days of ballooning, my friends and I definitely need that.
This is still freezing for me. Let's go to where the old people go, where there's hot water. Oh no.
Oh, but yes, with a warmer temperature, Brúnó and Julia finally decided to join us. A warm water massage benefits not only the old, but also the young. It releases endorphins, reduces stress by loosening the muscles and improving blood circulation, leading to a good night's sleep. Matching that with the company of good friends simply make it an even more enjoyable experience. I wish I could stay longer. From the rulers of the ancient times to my friends at present, they certainly show that when a man pursues his passion with a genuine heart, the world will naturally come to appreciate and learn something from it. No matter how many times I've visited Hungary, it never fails to be a touching journey, and I always leave it feeling like I have another home to come back to. I'm sure there's more for me to discover next time.
Yes.
But for now, Ekesh Shegedra.
This has been your captain, Joy Roa. See you in the next Asian Air Safari.